Parents of uncool children, when did you realize your child wasn't one of the popular kids? Serious. Hi Reddit guys, subscribe now, or I will break your nose. My oldest son has always been quiet and a bit of an introvert. He is tall for his age, lanky, wears glasses, plays trombone in the school band and is a complete computer geek. There were never any delusions that he was going to be one of the popular kids. That said, he is popular amongst his fellow nerdlings. My youngest son has always been pretty popular, especially among the girls. We have had little girls calling the house, giggling and asking to speak to him since he was in 4th grade. He is in middle school now and I fear what it will be like when he gets into high school. I know my daughter is uncool. Why? I have no idea. She's a great kid. Very outgoing and funny in that 3rd grade kind of way. She gets picked on a bit for the things she likes. Hello Kitty, Barbie, MLP, ACT. As a kid I was super unpopular too, and I tell her all the time not to worry about it. She'll find that group of friends who love her to death and wanna play with her. She came home last month very excited, because she and a new girl in school had the same Hello Kitty backpack. They made fast friends, and I hope they stay friends. Her single dad is pretty cute and uber dorky like me. If that's not a premise for a rom-com, I don't know what is. Hut up, I know, right? He invited me, our first time without our short people, to see Captain America at the midnight premiere. Our local theater did a 8 PM showing. It was great. We dressed up. He's such a dork. I can't wait for the happily ever after. My daughter has always been quick to make friends. She always has someone to play with at the park. Kids follow her around like she's their leader, and she has a blast. In school, though, she's not popular. She is the oldest in her class, because her birthday is so late in the year. So, she's taller than everyone, started losing her teeth before the others, and more mature than some of them. The other kids pick on her, call her names, hide her things, make fun of her bunny teeth, adult teeth that are still at that cute, but a little too big for your face stage, and give her a hard time. I don't understand it. She's so popular at playgrounds in the park, but she's an outcast at school. I had the opposite problem. I had a summer birthday, so I was one of the younger ones. I was teased because I was short and didn't lose my teeth quickly, plus I would have teeth gaps for a year or more. Then I was teased because I didn't have my period. I don't know why girls pick on each other because of that. Hada, you're not experiencing blood gushing out of your pee-pee and cramps every month, but I am. And then I was teased because I had my period, but hadn't lost my last baby tooth. And then I was teased because I was in high school with a missing tooth. My oldest is a crybaby. I love him to bits, but he's a whiner of the highest order. I guess I realized it about when he left kindergarten. He's in 5th grade now and he still curls up in a ball with real tears whenever he thinks he might be in trouble, even if he isn't, which he almost always isn't. I love him, but it's sad. I used to be just like that and it was because I disliked when anyone showed ill feelings towards me. As I matured I realized that the ill will was deserved and I should take responsibility for my actions. Also I misinterpreted situational anger as a permanent degradation of my relationship with said party. So the crying gives pity and reassurance that the relationship has not deteriorated. What worked for me was working on self-confidence and realizing if someone dislikes me for a past mistake or for no apparent reason, it's their problem not mine. Of course I still try my best in being respectful and that's all I can do. I suggest working on his confidence and understanding how relations between people work. He'll probably grow out of it himself when he's constantly made fun of by other kids for being a wimp and realizes all his friendships are with other weak kids. Or not. Also I misinterpreted situational anger as a permanent degradation of my relationship with said party. Holy it, this might be why when someone gets mad at me I get unreasonably upset. Me too. It's a serious hindrance to my life. Because if I feel like someone hates me, it interferes with whatever else I'm doing. I can't focus on anything else until I feel some kind of resolution. There is only one person I've ever told to piss off and genuinely not cared how she felt about me afterwards. And it took years for me to realize that she is the kind of person who, if she wasn't already in conflicts with you, she will be as soon as she finds something you say to be offensive. She purposely sought conflict out and couldn't stand not to be fighting with someone. But that is only one person. Not sure how extreme his case is, but when I was around his age I would start crying by a featherweight softball hitting my face. It was around circa 10, 11 years when it suddenly stopped. Sometimes it just goes away over time. When they reminded me of myself. My middle child loves video games and is amazing at academics and has mild autistic tendencies. My eldest loves bugs and animals and gets distracted easily. Neither one of them is prom king, queen material. The youngest is a born cheerleader. The youngest is a born cheerleader. This would scare me. I've always been so far removed from the cheerleader type that I'd be afraid that I wouldn't be able to relate with my kid at all. Don't worry about that. No one expects the parents to know all about cheerleading when their kid becomes one. I'm a huge geek, but if my son ever wants to play a sport, I'll be cheering him on, running past the end zone to third base with him at all of his soccer games. CMON son, tackle him. Ugh dad, this is a cricket match. Knock him down. Ugh. You can't give him a penalty. Sir, he pushed the other boy to the ground and beat him with a cricket bat. This is a contact sport, you idiot. Fair warning parents. If your kids are uncool, they are probably tech savvy. Clear your history before they find out you were on Reddit talking about how uncool they are. As a semi-uncool kid, this is entirely true. I disagree. My mum thinks I'm cool and I'm super tech savvy. Ha, my mum thinks I'm cool. Well, that just says it all, right? I don't know if she's uncool yet, because she's too little, but I witnessed a situation that brought up a lot of feels. My 4-year-old daughter went to a birthday party of some little girl from her kindergarten. They had these mini blow-up jumping castles. I noticed 2 little girls standing at the entrance of one that blocked it when my daughter tried to get in, and made up some rule about why she couldn't. I did laugh my ass off when my daughter immediately thought frick it and just ran around the back to the other entrance. But the girls got up and went to the other one when my daughter hopped in, leaving her in there alone. I got really depressed just watching her play by herself and the other girls being mean. Part of me wanted to deflate the other castle, sealing the little girls in a rubbery tomb. The other wanted to run over and just hug my daughter and never let go. Needlessly to say, I bought her lots of lollies and played with her like crazy after the party. But then a few days later when I dropped her off the kindergarten, some of the girls called out to her and ran over and started playing. I can't figure out toddler social dynamics. Toddlers are the masters of arbitrary hatred. Arbitrary likes, dislikes. It's amazing how much Reddit resembles a group of toddlers. Toddlers everywhere should be insulted by the comparison. Redditors compare much better to babies. Obsessed with poop, constantly making noise, and sometimes you'll find an overaged one in a diaper. I feel my parents are secretly disappointed of my non-existent social life. Mine aren't secretly disappointed. I know the feel. My heart goes out to you, man. In the same boat. I'm 26. I'm pretty sure my parents are secretly disappointed about my non-existent social life. There is a 10-year difference between me and my youngest brother, and I first noticed that he was just not a cool person when I picked him up from school and found out that he has a tendency to hiss like a cat at people when they said something he didn't like. God, I love the little weirdo. Holy it, I feel bad for him. He will look back at himself in about 2 years and think, God damn, that is embarrassing. Source. May or may not have talked spoken and Shakespearean dialect for a while. We had a freshman that did this in high school. We called him Mittens. He would lick his arm, paw and groom himself. With all the hissing, meowing, scratching, and grooming, he did not do himself any favors. You can help him by squirting him with a water pistol whenever he does something wrong. If he acted like a cat that much in real life, imagine how much of a furry he was online. I'm an older sister by 8 years and I noticed my middle school sister wasn't popular simply on the basis she got bullied so much that she had to hide in the library during lunch, and she takes an odd route home to avoid the kids who would actually corner her on the way home. She's the extremely shy type and AOA kids don't really help that. They stole her lunch and spit in it once apparently, and she came home depressed one day because of it. That's awful. There's a huge difference between someone being uncool, unpopular, and someone being harassed by AOLs. I hope she's doing better now. That's true. I guess in my experience the socially awkward ones were relentlessly harassed by everyone else, since they're the easiest to make jokes about. I had a sort of friend once. She was so awkward it's hard to be friends with her. I didn't think that was possible. Attempt suicide 3 times because she was shunned and harassed all day. I met her mother once and her mother was the exact same. No friends and even fellow parents stayed clear of her. That's where she got it from, I guess. Meet your sister after school and walk her home the normal route. Okay Reddit guys, subscribe now or I will break your nose.